Hey everybody, welcome back to Fantasy Theory. I wanted to kind of go over a what-if scenario fan fiction of what if Daredevil fought Echo. Now, spoiler alert for the Echo show. I'll give you a second to click off. Anyway, we do actually see this fight in the Echo show, I think in episode 1. But I'll explain that a little later when we get to the fan fiction part of this. So this is going to be influenced by that episode. Anyway, let's jump into it. The outcome of a fight between Daredevil and Echo in the Marvel Universe would depend on the specific circumstances, context, and creative direction chosen by the writers and artists involved in the story. Both characters have impressive combat skills, but various factors could influence the result. Here's some aspects to consider. Their fighting style. Daredevil is known for his agility, acrobatics, and enhanced senses, particularly heightened hearing. On the other hand, Echo possesses photographic reflexes, allowing her to mimic any physical movement she observes. The clash of these unique abilities could lead to an unpredictable and dynamic confrontation. Their experience levels, though, Daredevil, as a seasoned superhero and crime fighter, has faced numerous formidable opponents throughout his comic history. Echo, while skilled, might not have had the same level of experience. However, her photographic reflexes could compensate for this, allowing her to adapt quickly to any situation. Both Daredevil and Echo are intelligent characters, and their ability to strategize during a fight would play a crucial role. Daredevil's analytical mind and Echo's ability to adapt to any situation could make the battle a tactical exchange. The environment, presence of other characters, or unexpected events could influence the fight's outcome. For example, if the battle takes place in a location where Daredevil's enhanced senses provide a significant advantage, it could tilt the odds in his favor. And depending on the timeline or specific story within the Marvel Universe, characters may undergo changes, power-ups, or growth. These factors could impact the balance of power between Daredevil and Echo. Now, we all may have different opinions on the outcome based on our preferences, but this is just kind of mine. Let's take it from the Echo show, this situation. Echo working for Kingpin and hasn't realized her full powers, and Daredevil being as experienced as he is from the Netflix show. If you didn't watch the show, you can see the fight again in Marvel's Echo episode 1. This will be a fight between them two where it's kind of even. It seems like they just put this in to include Daredevil in it because with it being an eventual Daredevil just disappearing and doesn't come back standstill, we're going to try to finish that. Daredevil blocking all of Echo's attacks. Echo using everything in her surroundings. Weapons, walls, doors, and guns, and so on. Daredevil having an answer for everything. Maya Lopez may be realizing some of her powers in this fight, where she is easily copying his attacks and countering them, kind of like Taskmaster. Now, I had to do research on the Echo character for this, but it seems that her powers in the show may differ a little bit from the comics. Back and forth they go, dodging shotgun shots, but feeling his attacks that she has some prosthetics, and that she is silent in the battle. In the show, it's not really explored, but Daredevil is considered using his senses to feel her breathing and her heartbeat to know where exactly she is. Daredevil must get creative with this version of Echo, which shouldn't be hard with more experience than what she has. Echo, again using her surroundings to her advantage, is unaware of this guy since Kingpin has not told her anything about him. Not yet, at least. Echo goes for the punch, but Matt dodges it and counters it with a hit from his club. Instead of disappearing after he drops a large shelf on her, he stays, opening a dialogue, asking why she even works for Kingpin. All the bad he's been doing behind the scenes, how he is so untrustworthy. Echo, seeing him trying to speak to her, attacks him again, but he quickly defends back from her. She grabs the shotgun again and shoots, but he keeps dodging it, flipping out of the way, using his surroundings to cover him. Waiting for her to run out of ammo before he strikes, without skipping a beat, more members of this rival crime group come out, and they band together momentarily to take them out. However, that doesn't stop them from landing a few blows to each other whilst fighting the others. They do have a dynamic together in certain moments, but not enough with the barrier between them when they start the fight again, when they take everyone else out. Daredevil eventually misses a hit where she accidentally uses her powers that she used later in the show, where she makes him relive a terrible memory, this being making Matt relive the incident that made him blind. With this power being so unexplored, both of them being so confused, Echo has yet to connect with her ancestors fully. Matt uses his senses to know where exactly he is, but is confused as to why they're there, and he asks, "Who are you?" Echo, not knowing he's blind, tries to signal to him that she cannot speak, and Matt senses her hands moving. Matt here puts two and two together, figures out that she is deaf, but before they can try and communicate, they fall out of the vision, being that she doesn't know how to control it. Both confused, it's a standstill for a moment. Echo tries to sweep his legs when Daredevil flips over her legs, punches her face, and Echo goes to grab him, but he counters sweeping her legs now. Echo kicks up, but she is shoved back down, spinning backwards. Echo is able to hoist herself up until she is met with a swift kick to the face from Daredevil Daredevil, ultimately being defeated, knocking her unconscious. Echo's accomplices show up, and Daredevil, realizing this moment won't be the last they meet, he flees from the scene before they can engage in a fight. Echo wakes up angry with herself, allowing him to knock her unconscious and letting him flee. In this moment, she won't tell Kingpin he won, but will tell him that he escaped, and the events played out the same as how the events played out in the show. Some things I want to point out if you didn't go deeper into their story, because they have a lot of material. In Marvel Comics, Daredevil and Echo have a unique connection that adds an extra layer of complexity to any potential conflict. Echo, also known as Maya Lopez, has a significant tie to Daredevil's world, as she was initially introduced in Daredevil Volume 2, issue number 9 in 1999. Maya Lopez, of course, she is deaf, possesses the ability to perfectly mimic any physical skill she observes. She was initially introduced as an ally and later as a romantic interest for Matt Murdock. Their connection adds emotional depth to the interactions and potential conflicts. Here's a few storylines where Daredevil and Echo have crossed paths. Daredevil Volume 2, issue number 51 to 55, 2003, out. In this storyline, Echo and Daredevil team up to take on the villainous organization known as Hydra. This arc explores their dynamic as partners in crime fighting. Daredevil Volume 2, issue number 100, 2007, Without Fear. This issue is a pivotal moment in Daredevil's life, and Echo plays a significant role in it. The story explores Daredevil's struggle with his identity, and Echo's presence is integral to the narrative. Daredevil Volume 2, issues number 111 to 115 in 2008, Lady Bullseye. Echo is involved in the story, which also introduces the character Lady Bullseye. The plot delves into Daredevil's world of material arts and organized crime. And finally, Daredevil End of Days 2012 to 2013. While not a direct confrontation, Echo appears in this miniseries and explores a future where Daredevil has died. The story investigates the legacy of Daredevil and his impact on those he knew, including Echo. These storylines showcase the intricate relationship between Daredevil and Echo, emphasizing their shared experiences and challenges they face together. While they may not be in direct conflict, their connection adds depth to the Marvel Universe and highlights the complex interplay of alliances and personal relationships among its characters. So usually we don't see these two actually fighting, but instead allies or love interests. So this is just a hypothetical because again, we haven't really seen this until the show. Anyway, that was sort of a continuation of the events of Echo, but let me know who you think would walk out victorious here, Echo or Daredevil. I picked Daredevil here other than the fact that I like him more, but his experience in combat, and this being one of her first missions, not knowing her powers just yet. So the upper hand will be given to Matt, but I believe this won't be the only time these two meet in the MCU. Let me know how you want these two to meet again. Thanks so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one. Have an incredible day.